Para ako na sa doctor's consultation.
V20.
Bago bearing, press washer.
Parang palala ng palala to.
So, Philippines best versus Japan's best. I don't have a differences. Ito ko yung...
Yung Vtec.
I'm just talking and if you're still watching, what the frick are you doing with your life? May load ka pa ba? May load ka pa ba? Low balance, hindi ka na rich! Let's go! Hello guys! So before you ask, again in the comment section, since tanong kayo ng tanong, uunahan ko na kayo. Message Franklin Lou on Facebook for your Honda needs. Ayan, so pag nakita ko sa comment section, iyahaha ko kayo. So, let's start today's video! Okay, so we're gonna drive through, ayun, before going to the shop. Drive through! Let's go! Mahirap mag-vlog, nakakapagod. So, we're getting power steering, power window. Power! Okay, we're here! So, we're just waiting to be let in. Ayun. Nom. McDo's coffee. McDo coffee is pretty good. McDo's coffee. Good morning on the land. We are here. Do not make Vtec. We come in peace. It's an EG. EK. Bakit may hindi Honda dito?
Nanaman.
ESI. What is that? Is that a lot? What is that? Isa pa? Isa pa Dishitsu. Wow, type off. Ikaw ba si Dalisay? Here's our new hood. Hindi muna natin to ikakabit kasi hindi mag-clear yung B-series dito sa butas. Masyado siyang pandak. So, we'll have to mod it. But, this is our new hood. Excited. Ang matalino niyong girl, para comfy, nag-crocs ako today. Pero tingnan niyo anong kulay ng suot kong crocs. I'm wearing white crocs in a shop. You know, when you look at this, maisip mo, sorry yung kape ko. The axles are so tiny. Oh, that power! Ito yung axle, oh. Hand for scale. Axle! Cute! But then again, it's front wheel drive. You don't need that much axle heaviness, buffness, ganun. Those are my doors. They're getting clean. Teka lang. Yung isa body color. Yung isa hindi. Yung stripe. Oo. Okay lang. Oh. Pero, oh my god, guys. Meron na tayong trim. Actually, I didn't want to spend on trim. So, we just bought a full door with power windows para sulit. Diba? Good morning, sir. Parang busy ka din, no? Everyone in the shop is busy. Ayorn. Busy day. Busy si Master Toto. So, hindi mo na ako manggugulo. Sobrang tahimik nung SiR niya. Hindi ko narinig. So, I'm using my phone because I was taking Instagram pics. Ayan. It's a great leader. Oh, hello. So see-through. Hello. Morning.
Morning.
I'm ready for Budol Part 2. Is this number 1?
Yes, it is.
Guys, this is the first SiR ever.
Yeah.
Wow. Ayan, so best EK in the country. Fight me.
Yeah. Arguably, well, Honda said so themselves at that time.
Yeah.
And they have all the right to be saying that because there are very few countries which were granted the opportunity to build their own EK4s.
Technically, it's the first Vtec in the Philippines, right?
Na B.
B series.
Okay.
Yeah.
First and only locally released. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is number 1. So this is the first ever
Yes, it is.
dock Vtec.
Insert he was number 1 meme.
He was number 1!
Yeah. And
Pretty.
Started all the memes, popularized maybe doing stupid shit on the streets. Yesterday, I got this matching VIN tag because it lost its VIN tag before. So this is custom made. It's now matching with my chassis number.
Ayan.
Yeah, so props to Kanto Tuner for bringing this home for me.
Wow. Guys, a real EK9.
You know, the whole will always be more than the sum of its parts.
Amen.
No matter what parts you put in your EK, it never will be an EK9. Okay?
So you know, you need this for it to be a legit EK9. It's so pretty. Okay, ito na. Ibibili na yung gagawin sa E. How do you open this? Ganyan lang. Gagawa na tayo ng list. Budol list. Ano yan? Is that the Facebook like? Justice for rare pups.
The one at the back is even better.
Oh, go, show me. I did not build my car for your approval. I built it for Facebook likes. So, post nyo sa How's Your Project Car, pare. Pang ganun. Oo, but YouTube for me, though. Para ako na sa doctor's consultation.
It's not much different, is it?
Doctor!
Yeah.
Dr. Alvin.
So, yeah, doors,
Doors,
power steering,
power steering,
cup holder.
cup holder, glove box.
V20.
A B20 Vtec. One up pistons. Condata.
Teka lang, sir. Ano ba?
The garage queen is not a car. It's her. She is the garage queen.
Ako yung tamad lumabas ng bahay. Pag hindi ko
Hindi. Siya yung queen na lagi nasa garahe.
Bago
Para
bearing,
tumaas.
press washer, combat bearing, connecting rod.
Ako yung cooler ba yan?
Di pa.
Hindi pa.
Ayun, kailangan ko rin mag-ulo. Tapos lagyan ng pan.
Palala na palala to.
Pero yung gagawin naman natin, malayong malayo sa takbo ng dati. Nakatatagal ang
Ano
makina.
ba yung dati?
Nagiging immortal lang ang makina. Kada takbo mo, refresh ka.
Hindi, meron din. Immortal na makina, yung mga nakaparada lang yung Civic sa bahay.
Ayun lang. Immortal yun. Pero
O yan, tulad ng itim.
Di kita.
Number one.
Number
Kaya
one.
siya number one.
So, after yung sinabi ng fuel pump issue, signal light, oil pan baffle, oil cooler,
Oil cooler.
synchro, third gear, Vtec head.
Ano?
Ha?
Ano?
Hindi ko alam.
Ano?
Magkano maintaining balance sa BP? So, nalista na natin lahat ng kailangan gawin today. Pero mukhang hindi pa siya masisimulan and wala pa tayo masyadong na video. So, ano kaya content natin today? EK. 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 So, it looks like today is going to be an EK episode. Okay guys, so since we have the best of Japan, EK9, and the best of the Philippines, the SiR, let's compare them today. Kasi dito na tayo eh. Pero, lipat muna tayo ng venue.
I don't really drive these cars that much.
Yeah.
Look at it right now. I appreciate it.
So, Philippines best versus Japan's best. I don't have a differences.
Well, obviously, one's a hatchback and the other one is a family car.
Ayan, I'll show you. This one's the hatch, of course. Let me run to the side. Ayan, so SiR and EK9.
Honda entered the Philippines in the early 90s with the EF and then the EG. And they were actually, they cooked up a storm. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Maybe because of the good build quality and the driving dynamics, and then it was getting quite popular in the US. So they built an assembly plant in Santa Rosa, and then maybe to excite people more, they thought of bringing something special like this one, the SiR. And right now you're looking at the very first one they ever made.
Guys,
Right in Santa Rosa.
Philippine made. Real PHDM right here.
Even the engine was assembled in Laguna, so this car.
Woo!
The engineers and the mechanics were all practicing on it. Yeah, so serial number 1.
Number 1.
Engine number, likewise, number 1. First series production. So what sets this apart from the average Civics of back in the day was that it came with a twin cab engine. We all know and love as the B16, but it's stamped as P6CD1. And came with upgraded brakes, starting with this 7/8 brake master with bigger front disc brakes, rear disc brakes, and stuff that you won't see on Instagram, which are the fatter sway bar up front and the rear sway bar. Oh, factory strut bar also came with it. Then a grille that they took off the EK4s, EK3 VIRSs, and the Type R as well. And yeah, this mesh grille also appeared in the EM1 SI in the States. Yeah. And what else is there to say about this car? These seats and fabrics, they're unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are unique to the Philippines. So every year model 98, 99, and 2000 each had their own print.
Oh, okay. So you would know what year your SiR is.
Yeah, so this is obviously the earliest one. The second gen had the HKS print. And the third ones, they had the zigzag print.
Ah.
And then from the parts bin, from the Honda parts bin, they raided the Honda parts bin and installed an Integra shift knob. They call it SiR shift knob here, but in fact it has a part number ST7, which indicates that it comes from an Integra. And then they just bothered to stitch up the steering wheel, give it red stitch. Yeah.
Oh. I see.
Yeah. Gauge cluster, very subtle. So instead of the 7,000 RPM red line, you get the 8,000 RPM red line.
Can you guys see it? Ayan.
That kind of gauge is actually quite rare because, like I said before, that there are only 3,000 ever made in the Philippines. There are some export EK4s which also received that kind of gauge, although I think they had the ABS and the airbag lights. So for instance, our friend Jepoy pointed out that the New Zealand version had the same gauge. New Zealand EK4 had the same gauge. Yeah, so it's quite rare. It might actually be rarer than
Your Type R gauges?
Type R gauge. Possibly, I don't know. Yeah,
Could be.
could be. See this emblem?
Which one? Yes.
It's actually also used on the Accord Euro R.
Oh.
Yeah, and the JDM Accord Type Rs. This does not really belong to a Civic. So yeah, there's a trivia.
Okay, SiR boys, now you know. So it's not a Civic thing?
No, it's not really. So if you're gonna go shop in Japan and like find it in, I don't know, whichever Japanese site you ever want,
Yeah.
the keywords are Accord Type R, not Civic Type R.
So this.
Yeah, that's about it for this car. So 160 horses, 0 torque. Just kidding, but yeah, not so much torque. And you got a 4.2 non-LSD. The engine is actually a little bit tuned. It has the PR3 pistons from the EF and the early EG6s. And also the cams are a little more similar with the EF B16A cams. They detuned the engine since they didn't really know what kind of fuel to expect in our market.
Oops.
The Philippines' best food, Japan's best food here.
Japan's best.
So obviously, the body style is different from the local one because they didn't bother bringing another body style to the Philippines, since we have big families and we like to reproduce. So this is more of a personal car because we only got 2 doors, left and right.
But it's all roomy.
It is because the front end is
The same
nearly
thing.
identical. Although, I'd like to point out that the A-pillar,
It's longer.
no, is more sloped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is why the side mirror housings are different.
Ah.
So the EK9 is actually a hopped up EK4 with more special bits and pieces.
That's red.
Mostly black and red. So we got the Recaros,
Yan, your favorites.
yeah, you know, when you make it in EK9, the Type R steering wheel, whose design is actually shared with, I think, the Ferrari 355. You can look it up. Of course, without the Honda badge for Ferrari, they have the Ferrari badge instead. You have those carbon fiber accents, although that is a conversion because I didn't want to use the right-hand drive
Yeah.
climate control. The gauge cluster, which keeps on getting more expensive by the year.
How much is it now?
The people are posting it at 55,000 now.
Jesus Christ.
I got the black dashboard from a European EK4
Oh.
because the original EK9 also had the black dashboard and the black door cards, black panels. See, this is the only one that's not black, which because I haven't gotten a black step sill.
Oh, okay. So yun na lang bang non?
Yeah. And then what else do we have here? Yeah, red carpet, red floor mats,
Can't get this
titanium shift knob,
dirty.
and then yeah, the headliner is dark gray.
Yeah.
As are the pillar, pillar covers. They're dark gray as against the EK3s and lower variant.
Mm.
The EK9 shares its brakes with Integra Type R, and then they said that it also shares similar brakes with the base model NA1 NSX.
Oh.
Supposedly, I can't say for certain.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
So pag 4 lag, it's not an EK9, diba?
Definitely not. Although they can fake it, of course. For about cost of about 70,000 pesos for them to buy the 5-lug conversion. So this is a upgraded version of the B16A, which is the B16B.
B16A, B16B.
Yeah.
Very good.
Although actually it's heavily differentiated. Like the engine block is different, intake manifold is different, distributor is different,
Yeah.
the exhaust manifold is different, the transmission is slightly different. It has an LSD, the drive shafts are different.
It's a different animal.
Yeah, very small differences that, it's like what happens to us. One thing leads to another and then you don't realize you've done something very differently.
Parang yung EG build natin na sumobra.
So the headlights have dark chrome in them.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. It shares actually the chin with the EK4.
Oh,
For
oh
the
yeah.
Pokey. But for the Zenki, the lip spoilers are different for the EK4 and the EK9. Actually, I like the EK9 Zenki better
Yeah.
in terms of looks. It's more distinctive. And
So this is a cookie.
that is a Cookie, late 98 release.
Wow, I'm older than the Civic. By 2 years lang, guys.
The EK9 also came with the spoiler, the rear skirt, red emblems, of course, prerequisite. By the way, guys, the red white taillight, please stop calling them Type R taillights because they are not. They are Koki taillights. They are for the 99 to 2000 Honda Civic hatchback. It's not specific to the Type R. Okay? Even the Zenki EK9 did not come with red and white taillights. Okay?
Oh yeah, I see that's a marketplace.
Yeah. So suspension wise, well, neither of these cars have the original shock absorbers and springs because I wanted to set it a little lower.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a little more tunable. But the EK9 also has thicker sway bars. It has a built-in subframe brace, so you can't really fit the subframe brace for any other Honda Civic of this generation to an EK9 because it has its own already.
So that's what makes an EK9 talaga.
Yeah, and then it's seam welded. It has these green glass panes. Some of them have the privacy glass.
Oh.
Yeah, the EK9 also does not come with a rear wiper, but it does have. You can see it still has a defogger in there.
Too dark for the privacy.
Yeah, rear seat privacy.
Also, yung driver lang yung gusto makita. Pang show off nga.
Yeah, it's just for showing off. You know, you can still hide wherever you want to hide at the back.
Oh yeah, you can't see anything at the back. Cool.
Yeah. So there, that's more or less the differences, but it would drive very differently from the EK4. The EK4 is much softer. It's quieter because the EK9 also does not come with insulation. Yeah, so you'll know
Noisy boy.
Noisy boy. There's the EK9. There's 18,000 produced only in Japan, and then the EK4 Philippine version. There's only 3,000.
So there's more EK9s than SiRs.
Well, but they never ship the Philippine spec EK4 elsewhere. Unless there's something that we don't know. Some of the EK9s came with ABS, but this one we deleted it to simplify it.
Yeah.
Besides, in Todo School, they also delete the ABS. Right?
Yes! You!
So brake sizes, this one has 282 millimeters in front, 240s in the back,
Yeah.
and then the EK4 has 260 front, 200 in the back.
Mmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's differences, unless I've forgotten something. I think it caters to very different markets. I mean, well, yeah, obviously.
Definitely.
Because this is for child producers.
Child producers.
So it has 4 doors. And this one is for weebs who don't want to produce their own children.
That's their children's.
Yeah. That's why Japanese have really nice cars. Because they don't make kids.
Family spec. JDM spec. Single child family.
For no child family. Or no family.
Pwede din. Lonely drivers.
Lonely driver.
Pang mga ikatani pala to.
Yeah.
Okay, so mainit na doon. Bumalik na tayo sa warehouse. Ayan yung dalawa. Ayun, I hope you guys liked this video. That's pretty much it. Okay, so iiwan na natin to para magawa yung stuff. Anong dadalhin natin pa uwi?
Maglalakad ka, di ba?
From Ikawayan pa QC.
Oo. Ryan?
No! No!
Oh, ito. Naawa naman ako sa'yo.
Susi to ng ano?
Oo ko. Tingnan mo kung saan ka siya.
Ay, kamati talaga! No! Is it this one? Is it this? No, it's not this one. It's not the SiR. Is it this one? Ha? Bakit hindi din?
Are you sure? How the hell?
Wait, oh!
Start.
Okay. So, EK9 tayo pa uwi. Thank you for the lender. Bye-bye, budol boy. Anything's an upgrade from my Civic.
Does that look like an upgrade to you?
Which one? It is! From that to this. Oh, another EG. Gusto na Vtec head! Yung mukha niya!
Wala na! Oh my God, wala na!
Sold!
Saan?
Vtec head daw.
Hindi ako yung budol ha. Siya yung sabi.
Yung car yung nagbudol.
Bestie, I need this in my... Tingko ko yung...
Yung Vtec.
Okay, so we're bringing this home. So if you like that video, like, subscribe, comment. You also have Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And if for your Honda Budols, message Franklin Lou on Facebook. Bago nyo itanong saan yung location, message nyo muna siya sa Facebook. 'Di ba?
Yup.
Ayun.
guys.
Thanks for watching. Yun lang. Stu-tu-tu. Revitalize. Ako man, babe. Ano ko the past few days, bagyo-bagyo na yung ano ko, yung assumption ko. Babagyo.
Init na yun.